Out of control. This editorial addresses escalating violence in Kurram and state inaction. As bodies continue to fall in Kurram despite a state-sanctioned ceasefire, one wonders how long local militants' challenges to the state's writ will be tolerated before a full-throttled response is launched. Bodies continue to fall is a metaphor for ongoing deaths. State's writ refers to government authority. Full-throttled response is an idiom meaning an all-out action. Another spate of attacks on an aid convoy, which eyewitnesses said was instigated by locals, has threatened to undo the attempts to stabilize the region. Spate of attacks means a series of violent incidents. Threatened to undo suggests reversing progress. Shortly after noon on Monday, the aid convoy, which was destined for Parashinar, came under attack in Lower Kurram. Came under attack is a formal phrase for being assaulted. A firefight ensued, which continued for 2 hours, leaving a Pakistan Army soldier martyred and 7 others injured. Firefight ensued means a gun battle broke out. Martyred is used to honor fallen soldiers. A few hours later, there was an attempt to loot the stranded trucks, triggering another gunfight between the security escort and looters. Loot the stranded trucks implies stealing from immobilized vehicles. Triggering another gunfight means causing another battle. 5 Frontier Corps personnel were left injured. Finally, another couple of hours later, an FC Quick Response Force dispatched to rescue the injured was ambushed near a local government school. Quick Response Force refers to a rapid deployment unit. Ambushed means attacked by surprise. 4 FC personnel were martyred in the attack. Again, martyred is used for soldiers who died in combat. Kurram District has for long posed an administrative headache for the authorities. Administrative headache is a metaphor for a persistent governance problem. It has attained notoriety as a hotbed for sectarian and ideologically driven violence. Attained notoriety means it has become infamous. Hotbed is a metaphor for a place where something thrives. Citizens in geographically boxed-in locations like Parashinar live a miserable existence, caught up in sectarian violence between local tribes. Geographically boxed in means surrounded by difficult terrain. Miserable existence conveys suffering. The militants who control their surrounding areas have placed it under siege, and their virulent hatred seems to make no exceptions, not even for the old and the ailing or for sick children. Placed under siege means cut off from outside help. Virulent hatred refers to extreme hostility. Besieged, thus, Parashinar went for months without adequate food supplies, medicine, or fuel late last year. Besieged, thus, reinforces the idea of being trapped. Without adequate food supplies emphasizes deprivation. The aid convoys, which started after the government finally managed to enforce a ceasefire between the warring factions at the beginning of the year, are supposed to meet the urgent human needs of the citizens of Parashinar. Warring factions refers to fighting groups. Urgent human needs highlights the necessity of aid. Not even the fact that they are under the protection of the state has deterred local spoilers from targeting them, however. Deterred local spoilers means prevented disruptive elements from attacking. A worrying aspect of Monday's attacks is eyewitnesses' claims that they were instigated by local mosques and led by locals. Worrying aspect introduces a major concern. Instigated by local mosques suggests religious involvement in violence. Equally shocking is the brazenness of the repeated attacks on the security escort, which included military and paramilitary personnel. Brazenness means boldness without shame. Security escort refers to the Armed Protection Unit. The incident should not be seen as just a spillover of the local conflict, but as an example of local miscreants growing so emboldened that they are now willing to take on the Pakistani state itself. Spillover of the local conflict means an extension of ongoing violence. Take on the Pakistani state means directly challenge government authority. It is imperative, therefore, for the state to take greater control of the situation. It is imperative signals urgency. Take greater control means exert stronger authority. It must eliminate any challenges to its authority. Eliminate challenges means remove threats. The de-weaponization drive for Kurram has been progressing, but spoilers are still taking advantage of chinks in the state's armor. De-weaponization drive refers to efforts to remove illegal arms. Chinks in the state's armor is a metaphor for weaknesses in governance. There should be zero tolerance henceforth for those violating the peace pact. While zero tolerance means strict enforcement, peace pact refers to a ceasefire agreement. The peace committee responsible for keeping the agreement must hand over all miscreants. Hand over all miscreants means surrender those violating the pact. The peace process should not be imperiled at any cost. Imperiled means put in danger. At any cost emphasizes strong commitment. Published in Dawn, February 19, 2025.